Hey everyone, it's Mike Turner again with another tutorial here on Enlighten software. I'm going to be showing you kind of, I don't want to call it tips and tricks, but a few basic things that you can do with Enlighten software that'll really kind of ease up the task of running a light show. So this is a little different from the show that we've been working on for tutorial purposes. I actually run lights for concert venues and churches and things like that. So this is one I did for a particular rock concert at a local venue. And the reason why I'm showing you this is you'll probably notice that there's a lot of buttons on here, and you'll notice this thing that almost looks like a fence or something like that. Well, what I wanted to tell you is what those are and how to use them. They allow you to create subgroups and submasters. So the way that this works, if you wanted to add a group, so for instance, here are all my buttons, right? And normally I might get kind of confused with, what they are. So you'll notice I created a group here, and it's called Pars Solo. And what this was kind of a static look for maybe in between songs when the bands would talk or describe song meanings and things like that. And then down here you'll see colored themes. And so what these were buttons that went from kind of a slow look to a fast look so that I could manipulate through various parts of the song. So for instance, you'll see here pink cyan, and then you'll see another pink cyan. And the reason why I did this, again, I'll pull up the visualizer just to give you guys an idea. On this one, you'll see that the stage was kind of going back and forth. And then when I went to the choruses, I would go here. And so we incorporated the moving headlights, and then I'd go back over here for verse, back over here, so on and so forth. So that's kind of how that would work. So let's show you guys how to do this. So what you want to do is you want to click up here under Group Buttons. So you click this, and it tells you click on the page. So I want to group these buttons over here. So I'm going to click right here, and it gives me my little fence, if you will. And it says, well, what color do you want it? Well, I'm going to make this one green. And then it asks you to give it a title. I'm going to say miscellaneous scenes. Okay. And so what you'll see is that I can actually extend it so that it includes all these buttons in that scene. And then it labels it for me. Another thing you'll notice is you'll see this little fader looking thing under here. So that's actually a sub master fader. So you'll see that these are, oh, by the way, every time you create one of these, it creates one down here as well. And I'll explain to you how this is used. It's a little bit more useful with the Enlighten control wing, but if you don't have that, you can still use it. So for instance, if I'm starting here, and I'll pull up the visualizer so that we can see how this works, I can scroll between the scenes here, right? So if the next one I wanted to do is that one, I hit go, and it does it. And I can control the overall fade time here with how quick it does things. I can also control how bright it is down here. If I didn't want to do it there, I could also control it. Oh, let's minimize this. I could also control it here. As you'll see, it gets darker. So that makes things kind of useful. So again, and I can just keep clicking this, and it'll automatically go between scenes. Okay, so all you guys that are doing production can see how that can be very, very helpful when you're manipulating through various scenes that kind of go one and after another. And so again, this did involve a little bit of strategic planning on my side. So again, what I had to do here is I created them back and forth of each other so that it would be useful. So again, you'll see kind of a red and blue here, and then when I go to the next one, same color scheme, but significantly more wild. And so I could just go straight to the next song, something more like that, and then the big chorus, right? So that's kind of how that works. Another area that I want to kind of point out to you is the things that you can do with the buttons. So again, something like strobing. I might want the visualizer up on this one again, so bear with me. I'm going to move this over here. So let's say I've got this particular show going, right? And the drummer is going to do a big drum solo, right? So normally I would do this big flashy thing, right? So right here, that's kind of how I could do that. Do I have a strobe one? You can't tell. Well, anyhow, so what I could do is kind of make them flash, so on and so forth. So if I wanted to be able to do that, I can right click on it and go to Assign Delete Keyboard Shortcut. So I've got this one pre-designed or pre-saved to the spacebar, but I'll kind of show you how to do it. So by the way, latch means when I press the spacebar, it turns on the button, and it will remain on until I press the spacebar again. Bump means when I touch the spacebar, it activates the button, and when I release the spacebar, it goes back to what it was before. So it kind of allows you to kind of emphasize little parts. So anyhow, I would just hit the spacebar, and I'll do bump, and then save. So now I'm going to get rid of this. Watch what happens when I hit the spacebar. So again, just to give you a silly little example, if we were doing like Eye of the Tiger, so it'd be like dun 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 dun. You know, I don't know. I know that's kind of silly, but I wanted you guys to have an idea of how that works. All kinds of cool little tricks over here. So you'll notice, see down here where it says spacebar, this says N, this says B and C. What that is that's the indication of the hotkeys that I've created. So for instance, if I wanted to go back and forth between N and B, I'm not using the mouse, I'm using the keys right now. So kind of neat stuff. Really allows you to do very emphasized little patches of shows that you can do during a pre-designed show. So anyhow, that's all for this video. I'm going to be doing a lot more videos for you guys. Again, if you have questions or concerns on how to do something, these videos are meant to be kind of short, straight to the point. I mean, I could sit here for hours upon hours just doing videos after videos of all the ways you can use this software, but at this point I'm just trying to keep it basic so that you guys can get started. But if you do have any questions or concerns, again, just feel free to email me. It's rockermike81@gmail.com. Until next time, guys, we'll talk to you soon. Hope you're having a good day.